Hello loves, welcome back to the channel. So I got back from my birthday extravaganza because you guys know your girl's a year older. So I am now getting to like post the videos that I was gonna post for you guys. So this is gonna be the first one. So stay tuned for the other videos that are coming as well. I'm currently mailing out readings. So for those who are waiting for readings from me, you guys are getting those. And we're going to be breaking down the full moon in Cancer that's happening January 17th today. And I'm really excited to kind of finish editing all the videos for you guys. You guys are getting a birthday vlog, okay? It was a very bougie birthday vlog. It was very Capricorn heavy. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. I am just really happy. I'm just really happy. I had a great time. I got to spend it with Babe and my sister and stuff, and it's just, you guys will see the vlog, okay? You guys will see the vlog. But yeah, it was a very bougie day. So we're going back to work. I just finished yesterday. I did the Akashic Records 5-hour intensive. There's another one coming up March 3rd, if I'm not mistaken. And I will be adding more dates for the year within the next following month. So definitely stay tuned for that. Also, the workshop for February will be announced. I didn't do one for January because it's my birthday month, and I've just been treating myself. If you guys haven't noticed, 2022 is a year of it's a year Abby a little bit. So yeah, so let's get started in the video. I just wanted you guys to know, like, oh, where I've been, because your girl has not been posting, and it's because your girl was celebrating. So yeah, so we're gonna do the breakdown for the full moon in Cancer happening January 17th. And as always, we're gonna look at the planetary positions, and we're gonna look at the aspects. So for this full moon, the sun will be in Capricorn, the moon will be in Cancer, Mercury will be in Aquarius, Venus will be in Capricorn. I'm sorry, Mercury and Venus will be in retrograde. Mercury in Aquarius retrograde and Venus in Capricorn retrograde. Mars will be in Sagittarius, Jupiter will be in Pisces, Saturn will be in Aquarius, Uranus will be in Taurus and retrograde, Neptune will be in Pisces, and Pluto will be in Capricorn. So lots of fun things. Lots of fun things. Let's start off with the sun in opposition to the moon. There's definitely, especially when it comes to family, I'd be very mindful with your communications with family members during this particular full moon, just because Capricorn and Cancer energies are very paternal and maternal. And with the way that it came out when I was looking at the chart, I was like, oh, death to the micro traumas. Specifically with the Cancer energy with this full moon. This full moon is going to be very powerful for emotional healing. That's one of the themes, and it came out in the tarot and the oracle cards as well. I'm not surprised that this is something that is a focus for this particular moon. But here we are. Anyway, so we have a sun opposition to the moon, so there's definitely, you might see some conflicts or sort of unfinished kind of underlining issues come in, you know, to the forefront, especially emotional issues, specifically connected to micro traumas. And this is also highlighted by the sun in conjunction with Pluto that we're also going to have, because the sun in conjunction with Pluto, that is the ego because the conjunctions, when the planets are in alignment, they are agreeing, they're in the same sign, so they're batting for the same team, they're on the same page together. And so Pluto being in Capricorn, the sun being in Capricorn, there is that emphasis of ego transformation and really, you know, looking at what you've been doing to yourself for the past couple of months or even the past year. This is very karmic energy, to be honest with you guys. There's definitely an emphasis on healing. There's an emphasis on transformation, ego transformation, and looking at how you have been self-harming yourself. That is one of the themes of this full moon, self-harm. Yeah, I said that. And how you need to look at what your actions, how your ego has been trying to self-preservate, but you've actually been causing yourself more harm underneath the surface. So you're going to be seeing that coming up as a theme with this full moon. The moon will also be in a trine with Neptune. So there's a lot of water emphasis. Intuitively, you will be getting downloads and messages of things that need to shift or change, things that need to be done or corrected, things that need to be, addressed about certain situations. Like you will get the messages, you will get the downloads, you will get the clarification. But it's definitely really important to give yourself time to work through your emotional energy. I would say take things a little easier. For this full moon, I would say, take a spiritual bath, relax your energies a little bit. Don't try to overdo it. If something is coming up, or if you're getting dreams, which is also a thing, a theme and a thing that's happening a lot, there is an emphasis on dream work, especially because obviously, guys, Jupiter is in Pisces, but having that moon in Cancer, it's amplifying that water energy. So that dreams, there's going to be, your subconscious is going to be illuminating some of the issues that, you might be having, or you might have been having, or have been haunting you for quite a bit of time. So keep that in mind. Don't dismiss the healing that you need to do. Don't dismiss the messages or the downloads, or even if it's not a prophetic dream, but you're getting like it's kind of like it's making you feel weird, or there's something about it. Don't just dismiss and be like, oh, it's not a prophetic dream, it's not a message, it's from my spirit, so like it's not that important, let me just brush it off, let me shake it off, drink some coffee and go on my way. Like actually pay attention to what dreams, what is coming up for you, because your subconscious is going to try to illuminate a lot of your emotional energy, especially with that moon trine Neptune. There's a lot of emotional healing that you can have, and emotional realizations that you can have if you actually work with this properly. If not, it's just going to be pushed on you in a way that it's like your subconscious mind is feeling attacked. So I would say work with it in a way that makes sense for you. The moon will also be in an opposition to Pluto, so we are going to be having a little bit of resistance to the energies when it comes to the transformation that we need to take on. There's a little bit of a pushback there. There's a little bit of like, I don't want to I don't want to accept it. You know what? No, I'm still mad at this person. I don't want to let it go. I'm frustrated, Abby. Like, what you mean? You want me to just let it go? Y'all need healing. This is a moon for healing. Okay, there's a full moon for healing. There's a full moon for closure as well. That's kind of another theme about it. It's closure. It's a transformation that needs to happen. So that energy can't be ignored. If you know something's like haunting you, or like you are causing that to another person, or it's like the situation's just been so dragged out, it just needs to kind of come into a conclusion. That's what needs to happen right now. Mercury will also be in conjunction to Saturn, so be very mindful of your communication with other people, because during this time you might be feeling a little bit like you might blow up unexpectedly verbally on someone. You might tell somebody off. You might be very blunt, or you might be feeling like, you know what, I should have been told you this. It was about time that I spoke to you, or that I cleared this up for you, or that I told you how I really felt about this, or like like it's very karmic verbally. So be very mindful, because you can use this in a way, especially with Cancer energy. You guys know Cancers do this wonderful and amazing thing, and I'm being sarcastic, that I like to call micro traumas, when they actively hold on to every single little thing, the littlest thing, and they will turn it into a huge issue, creating a lot of conflict and pain for not only themselves, mainly themselves, because it hurts them more than it hurts the other person. And that's kind of the thing about it. Not only for themselves, but to others, in a way that is almost petty. It's kind of like, why didn't you let it go? Okay, like, I broke your bike when we were 5. I was a child. Why are you still arguing with me about that? Like, why is that still relevant? Do you want me to buy you a new bike? Are you gonna fit in it? Like, if it's a small bike, like, what? It's a child's bike. Like, are you gonna fit it? Like, what are we even talking about? Like, I was a child, like, it's stuff like that, like, where it's just like petty. It's unnecessary. It needed to be like dismissed a while ago. Like, why are you still holding on to that thing? You're just creating emotional turbulence and pain in association to that person, for yourself. Like, why are you doing this? So look at the unhealthy habits that you're having emotionally, and be mindful of how you're communicating, because you might either get called out about toxic behaviors, or you might end up going through a really big emotional transformation during this time as well. Mercury will also be in a square with Uranus, so when I tell you there is things that are going to be popping off unexpectedly, and ultimately you can either create new micro traumas or add to the existing ones during this time, because Uranus is the planet of unexpected change, and you guys know the squares is when the planets are fighting. So having Mercury squaring off with Uranus is very like, it's like a verbal explosion. It's like, you know what, I'm tired of holding this in. I'm just gonna tell you, I'm just gonna like curse you the hell out. I'm just gonna like at you. Like, it's very, very aggressive. It's very, very like in your face. Like, it's not sweet love and light energy. It is definitely not. So what I would recommend is, you know, try not to be like really arrogant, really like, oh, just full of yourself, full of your ego, that you can't see past what you're doing, even if you think you're the one that's in the right. It's time to upgrade. It's time to shake off and release some of that internal chaos that you have been creating for yourself for quite a bit of time now. Venus will be in a trine with Uranus. Okay. Venus trine Uranus is definitely, it's really powerful for a lot of, especially when it comes to pleasure. Some of you might be feeling a little bit like, might get a whole entire moment of like, oh my God, it felt so good to finally curse you out. It felt so good to tell you off. It felt so good to like, you know, like finally get this off my chest. That's what it feels like. It feels like almost like a venting, but it's like almost like aggressive and like unexpected and random. And it's like, no, I needed to tell you this. I'm tired of you pissing me off. Like, it's very, very like, okay. So be very mindful with that, because there's an aspect of this kind of aspect that makes it enjoyable to get it off your chest, and that's kind of what is needed too during when you have all this buildup and all this internal self-harm, you know, BS that, you know, we not only do to ourselves, but we put others through as well, or others put us through, you know, it goes around. But we can be, you know, we can self-harm ourselves during that time. And so right now it's like a time to like, it's almost like, it reminds me of this thing that Babe told me that she wanted to take me to one time, and I've been so excited, but then COVID happened, so we never got to go. But apparently in New York City there's this bar that you like basically it's like they give you plates and they give you a bunch of like glass and stuff. It's like, I think it's called like the break bar or something, where you just go and you're just like letting go of anger, you're breaking shit, and you're just kind of like going off. And I've been dying to go, but then like COVID happened, so I believe it's closed or something, unfortunately. So eventually I guess I will go, but I always wanted to do it, just kind of like break stuff, like, because I'm so clumsy, I usually break stuff by mistake. So breaking stuff on purpose sounds like fun, you know, just kind of like letting out some pent-up tensions and stuff like that. So yeah, so definitely like that Venus in trine Uranus, like it's that energy of enjoying chaos a little bit, enjoying a little bit, finding pleasure in the release of the pain of the thing. It's like, I needed to do this, I needed to let this go, this needed to happen. It just needed to happen. And Mars will also be in a square with Neptune. Now, Mars in a square with Neptune, this is a really, really great time to pay attention to your spiritual practice and how you're releasing anger. This is a great time to do a fire purification, to emotionally let go through fire magic, even though I would highly recommend starting off your spell work with water, the element of water, and working through, like, make sure you do your spiritual bath. You can do some cleansings, you can do some water divination to enlighten, or you can do some prophetic dreaming. You can do quite a lot of bit of things with the full moon in Cancer, but I would also recommend working with the element of fire because of that Mars square Neptune. It's like needing to redirect the fire energies that we're holding on to in a way that is healthy and is not self-harming. It's like transmuting the energy, the pain, the frustration, especially if you're in a position that you can't tell off or curse out the person that you want to curse out. This would be a great time for you to transmute the energy spiritually, working your magic spiritually, and then shifting the energy so that you're not carrying it anymore. It's not causing you internal pain. Okay. And then Saturn will be in a square with Uranus as well, just adding to the level of upgrades generationally that we're all going through in a very karmic way. Now let's look at the cards. So we have quite a bit of things. Let's look at the tarot first. So this is going to be the Nefertiti tarot, and I'll have it linked in the description box for anyone who wants to get it. But we have the Page of Cups in reverse we have the Five of Pentacles, we have the Seven of Swords, which is literally my card of self-harm in tarot. That whenever time I see the Seven of Swords, I'm like, yeah, people could be lying, people could be doing a lot of things, but this is also the card of self-harm. You have the Four of Pentacles and the Nine of Wands, okay? So there's a lot to be said about this situation right here. First and foremost, there are some manifestations that have been actively blocked, which is why some of you are in a state of lack, and is directly caused by your self-harm in regards to this situation. The fact that the emotions, the Page of Cups, the Page of Cups is always like the initiatory, the beginning, it's like fresh energy. It's like when it's something just starting to happen, just starting to take a new course. When the Page of Cups is in reverse, this tells me that you haven't addressed the emotional energy. This is why you're in an uproar. You're too busy being stuck. Okay, you're too busy being stuck. So guys, why we have the Four of Pentacles here, stuck on the toxicity of the self-harm that you have been causing to yourself about the situation or situations, because I don't know if y'all going through multiple things that are similar, but this situation itself has been creating a kind of it's almost like a circle of, or just a continuous self-harm, to the point that you can't manifest right now. You're actually in a place of lacking. You don't have room to bring in any new things right now. Okay, you don't have room for it. You're only kind of, you're kind of just stuck, and you're still self-harming because your mind, do not forget, this is the sword suit. Your mind is causing you to self-harm. You choosing to stay stuck in this situation is causing you to stay kind of in a state of trauma about this, to try to play it off also like you're the victim of the situation, even though you are now choosing to continue to feed that energy with your intention, because you're not choosing to heal from it. And this is what I mean by, like, we need to say goodbye to the micro traumas for this full moon. We need to say goodbye to the things that we know we're still holding on to, and we know we make things a bigger deal, and we're blowing things way out of proportion, or we need to blow up on somebody and tell them off and tell them what it is, because it's causing us a lot of self-harm. We are continuing to self-harm ourselves because we haven't been able to process this, or open up, or tell the truth, or reveal what really is, or even, tell someone like, hey, you know what, no, but you really hurt me though, but that didn't make me feel good. It's that honesty. It's about being honest. And so with that Four of Pentacles, it amplifies that energy of, like, that Taurus energy, that stubbornness. And we're in Capricorn season, y'all. Capricorns, we are very stubborn too. Okay, we take from all of our earth signs. We take from their abilities too. I'm just saying. But when it comes to that stubbornness, it's kind of like, are you being stubborn about things that help you, that are bringing you, making you greater, making you better, or are you being stubborn about things that are not? That is the problem. That is the problem. Okay, that Four of Pentacles, that is the problem. There's a stubbornness surrounding the things that are not helping you, and it's out of a place where it's like you're just kind of stuck on it, but you're not noticing how much harm is causing you, especially if you've been asking your spirits for assistance and asking them to, like, help alleviate or bring a resolution or something to something. It's kind of like you don't have room. You're holding on to too much, and you're just what do you have room for exactly? Please tell me, because they want to know. So you guys are also getting time to replenish, okay? Resolve conflicts and new doorways, because this is an opportunity to heal. That's a really big thing about this full moon in Cancer. This is a huge opportunity to heal. You have the moment, the ability, the focus of healing and transformation, and if you just kind of like dismiss it, you're just gonna hold on to more pain, and you're gonna have a really hard time moving through the first part of the year. Actually, moving through the rest of the year, to be honest. Work through your fears, new moon in Scorpio. Work through your fears. What are you afraid of about the situation? What are you afraid of? What is it that's causing you, like, inside? It's kind of like, do you not know how to live without that energy, without that anger, without that, pain, without that person? Balance spirituality and practicality. This is new moon, full moon in Pisces. This is one of the themes and one of the focuses when it comes to this specific moon. Balance, practicality, and spirituality. This is what I'm saying. This is a great moon to use your spiritual practice to help you transmute the energy, especially if you cannot confront or address the situation like in person. And then you have your dreams need a practical plan. Okay, you see how full moon in Taurus, and we're talking about Taurus energy, because some of you guys are being really stubborn, but you're not trying to understand why that stubbornness is causing you to be stuck, and why your dream, it's affecting your dreams, because you're not able to manifest or bring things in that bring you pleasure because you're too busy focused in on the pain. So it's time, you have to shift that energy. It's time to shift it. We have dreams as well. Okay. Vivid dreams, dream messages, and dream teaching. Okay. And our dreams definitely will be hyperactive during this time. We have adrift, letting go, allowing a higher force to take charge for a time, because it's time to let it go. It is time to let it go. And then we have freedom. Okay. Independence and self-determination. It's time to be liberated from this energy. And this is what I mean about using the fire element. There is a sense of flowing through the water and fire elements, and I think those are the two elements that you should be working with the most during this full moon in Cancer as well. And because we're in Capricorn season, I would add crystal healing and energy healing to that, because we're in an earthy season. If you're feeling like you need that grounding, grab your nearest crystal. Okay, whether it be a grounding crystal, whether it be like, just work with rose quartz if you just need some love or some to push through with the love energy while you're going through this liberation that you're going through, because it feels very much like emotional liberation. It feels like emotional traumatic liberation. Like, I'm not going to self-harm anymore. I'm not going to keep feeding this energy. I have to change it. Okay, so that is a breakdown for this full moon I was gonna say Taurus. No, in Cancer. I will definitely see you loves in the next one. Do not forget to subscribe and do all of the things, and the Patreon link and everything will be down below. There will be more videos coming, so stay tuned for that. If you need a reading, the link will be down below for my website. I know that I recently changed my I guess my business name or my username or whatever, and there's gonna be a video clarifying that next, because I'm gonna be talking about language, which I'm really excited about, and it's also something that I've been asked to talk about, so the next video is going to be on this, which is Hiwatahia, the Taino language reconstruction book. My tribe actually released and published this last year in December, if I'm not mistaken. It was like the end of November to December. And I've just been studying the language. I know I've been away, but I have also been studying the language, and the goal is to, like, for people to be fluent in the language within the next 2 years. Well, I'm going to talk about that in that video, so stay tuned for that. But one of the reasons why I changed it is because I fell in love with the word sacred in the language, and that's why I changed the name. Anyway, I will see y'all in that video. I love you guys so much. Have a beautiful day.